Now at 6, take a look. Temperatures from record warmth to storms expected to move in this evening. I'll let you know what to expect.
Purdue punches its ticket to the Sweet 16 here in St. Louis. A grind it out type of game. We'll break it down for you. That's coming up.
All right, we start on this Sunday night getting you ready for potentially severe storms. Live Doppler 13 radar tracking what's coming into our area over the next few hours. Rob is as well. So we are under a weather impact alert because of this. I also know, in addition to the storms, we have a new track record.
Yeah, we're talking 88 degrees. That was the high temperature today, and this is the warmest it has ever been in March in Indianapolis. That is a new March record for the entire month of March, and those records go back 150 years. The warmest March day ever. Storms are possible tonight. Now, the biggest concern with the storms tonight is going to be wind and possibly large hail. Hail is going to be a bit of a concern. Colder once the storms move through. By Monday, we're going to drop maybe 30 degrees, 35 degrees or so for our temperature. And look at the map right now. This is pretty incredible. It's 86 in Bedford, 87 in Seymour. We've now cooled down to 77 in Indy, and it's 45 in Lafayette. An incredible spread across the area. You can see that front traversing the area right now. We do expect those temperatures to keep dropping, and then there's going to be a chance for storms. It's not always the case here. By the way, winds have been pretty breezy today. It was southwest winds earlier that helped to warm the temperatures up. Now a north wind is bringing in that cooler air, and you can actually make out the front, some of the dust being picked up by our Doppler radar here, showing you where the front is continuing to push through. Now, overall, nothing that's developing yet. We don't expect storms to develop until sometime later, let's say between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. A line of storms that may contain damaging winds and possibly large hail. Hailers could be a big concern here. Multiple ways to receive alerts. If you can park in a garage, do so. I actually parked my truck in the garage because I thought, yeah, we're going to have the possibility of some of these storms to produce hail. Hail is our biggest concern, and it is outlined for the southern part of both Indiana and Ohio right now, potentially with some of that large hail. Also a concern for wind. It's not as high of a concern, but it is there. And we expect that once those storms roll through sometime this evening, sometime between 8 and 10, then the temperatures will keep dropping. And by tomorrow morning, we're looking at temperatures closer to freezing. I'll have a lot more on the storms, the timeline, what you can expect through the rest of this week. I'll have it all coming up for you in just a few.
Sounds good, Rob. Thank you. And as those storms move through, remember, you can see real-time live Doppler 13 radar on WTHR Plus. Just download on your TV and you can watch our streaming app for free. Well, now to what's been a violent weekend across Indianapolis. At least 10 people shot in the past 2 days, according to IMPD. That includes a deadly triple shooting on the Near East Side. Our Ella Rhodes tells us what happened.
IMPD confirmed one man is dead and 2 other women were injured in a shooting here early Sunday morning on Tacoma in New York.
The opposite of a peaceful Sunday. Still, the birds chirped and the sun came up as IMPD responded to this home on Tacoma Avenue just after 4 a.m., where they found 3 people shot. One man already dead, police say.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like, brah. Yeah, and then yeah, I was right there.
Adrian Suarez says he was at a house party when 2 people started fighting. Then a stray bullet hit his friend.
I literally grabbed her and picked her up and took her to the car with my hand on her back. It was crazy because it was such a chaotic moment.
Suarez waited with his friend until EMS took her to the hospital. Police say one woman was in critical condition and the other was in stable condition.
Because I got a daughter, so I was just kind of thinking what would I do if that was my daughter, if it was someone because I know it's someone's daughter, so I got to help her. I'm not trying to just leave her out there.
Investigators placed evidence markers in the front yard and in the street. A sight Susan Leah says she sees too often in her neighborhood.
It's better than what it used to be. I mean, used to be a lot of, drug houses and all that, Sometimes you hear gunshots.
Which Leah heard Sunday from inside her home a few doors down.
It's just all of a sudden just rapid fire, but it's gunshots, it's not fireworks, and that, it's boom, 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 boom.
IMPD says they believe this to be an isolated incident, and this is still an active, ongoing investigation. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
And we are now working to learn if anyone's been arrested in that shooting. Of course, we'll update you once we learn more. Weather is being blamed on a house fire that spread to multiple homes today on Indy's east side. Our Brandon Schaff is live in a neighborhood near Arlington Avenue and I-70. Sounds like a challenge out there for firefighters, Brandon.
Hey, good evening, Jenny. It was a pretty chaotic scene here on Raleigh Drive over on the east side. I want to show you where this fire happened in this neighborhood. You're looking at two different homes where the fire happened. The one on the left here, the one right over there, that is the one where the fire started. Firefighters telling us they were dispatched out here just a little before 4 p.m. Over here to this east side neighborhood. It was an outside fire that was started by boxes being broken down, and they said that this ultimately, because of the wind, led to it getting out of control. And so those wind gusts pushed the flames from the one house where the boxes were being broken down to the house next to it, which is right here at the intersection of Sheridan Avenue and Raleigh Drive. So we were actually able to speak with the homeowner who was trying to break down those boxes, telling us about the accident that this caused.
I saw it starting to shift, and then I started trying to put it out myself. And when I saw that it hit part of my downspout, I then immediately called 911 because I knew that it was going to travel further.
Fortunately, firefighters did tell us that no residents or crews were injured, so that is very good news here. And of course, they talked about the concerns with the wind and talked about how it is important, if you are going to try to break down the boxes, that you put it into a barrel and that you keep it further away from the homes. Because this was being done in close proximity with these two homes right next to each other, they said that was the concern here. And then, of course, those wind gusts contributing to the flames getting out of control. We will have more on this tonight at 11. We spoke with several people, actually a neighbor who went over and alerted the other neighbors that had their house on fire as well. So a lot going on out here. Jenny,
Wow.
We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, so glad everybody's okay. All right, Brandon Schaff reporting live for us. Thank you. Well, now to the west side, where a woman died this morning after crashing her car into a Target store. This is video of the crash on West 38th Street near I-465. The car hit the building around 11:30 this morning, and police say the female driver died at the scene. IMPD says it appears the woman may have had a medical episode before the crash.